Hey everyone, the Vacuum Doctor here, and in this video today I'm going to be showing you how to deep clean the Dyson V8. It includes cleaning the filters, stripping the cyclone, cleaning the bin, cleaning the direct drive head, and cleaning the wand too. This is a deep cleaning video, so you are going to be taking apart some screws, and yeah, taking apart the screws, taking apart the filter, taking apart the cyclone, and we're just going to show you how to properly clean them. I've seen a lot of videos online, TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, of people that are cleaners and clean vacuums, but they're actually not doing it correctly, and they have thousands and thousands of views on their videos, and they're washing the motor in water, putting this motor in water, and it's not good, and it will damage your machine, and these are very expensive to replace. So, deep cleaning, Dyson V8. Let's get started. We're going to start with the main body here. First, what I always do is I just take everything off. So, lift the bin up. There's a button right here. You hold that red button down and this cyclone will come out. Turn this over this way, pop the bin, and then you see this red button right there. Hold that red button and push, and the bin will come right off. Now we're left with the motor, the battery, and the filter. Filter, you just flip, put to the side, and now we need screws. Now we're up to the screw parts. So we have a Phillps head screw, so we need a Phillps head screwdriver. Okay, so there's only going to be 3 Phillps head screws in this battery. So one here, and then you turn it over, just 2, 1, 2 there. So get those out, and we'll go to the next step. Great, once the screws have been removed, which they definitely should look like this. So it's the cross ones. That's the Phillps heads. They're cross, okay? And the one that goes at the back will have like this, as you can see, and all the gloves. So put those to the side, make sure you don't lose them, but they'll be the only Phillps head there that you're basically going to need for this video. So rip out the battery, and that battery just comes out. Give that a little wipe down, not with anything too wet, maybe just a little bit of a damp cloth. What I use in all my cleanings, I get some sanitized wipes, and I use some sanitized wipes, and I just go around, just nicely around, just until you get everything out. You don't want any water to get in the battery, you don't want anything, so just nicely around, and you're done there. For this, you get dust around here, and you get dust in here. You can just use a little toothbrush, maybe a little squeegee if you have a tool. Just remove it there. Don't get any water in these, so no water, no water. I won't take apart the motor. That'll be another video to deep clean. I'm not going to touch any motors in the head or anything, because I recommend no one touching any of that if it's not needed. Okay, so let's go to the next one. We're going to start with the cyclone now. Now we're on the cyclone. Now we're going to fully strip clean this, and we're going to need 2 tools for this. We're going to need 2 Torx screwdrivers. First, we're going to need a T10 Torx screwdriver. So you see that? It's going to be a T10, and those 10s are going to remove these 4 screws here. That's the filter. We'll show you how to take that part after. So these 4 screws right there, 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to take this off, and we're going to go to another 1, 2, 3, 4 screws using a T8 screwdriver, Torx screw, T8 Torx. First, let's remove these screws here. Great, once removed, we want to try and lift it out gently. It's good to leave it in like that so we don't loosen them. If you do, they simply just grab it out for you guys. The screw will look like something like that. It's thicker and bigger than all the other screws. It's a T10, if you can see that. It's thicker. The reason I'm showing some of the screws I never really used to, because it's pretty self-explanatory if you're doing it yourself. But someone commented the other day and they wanted to know the screws when I take them out, so just in case they forget. Fair enough. Okay, next what we want to do, and this part could be a little bit tricky for you, and it's tricky for me. It's taken off this cyclone. This one's a little bit newer, but if yours is a bit older, you have a lot of dirt stuck in there, but it's still easy. What we want to do, have yours like this, down, and our goal is just to pull down the cyclone. So we're pulling down this part, and we're resting it on somewhere that will help us pull it down. So we just want to pull down with a lot of our strength, and we just want to pull down if you can. It's pretty difficult. I do it this way. And it's very difficult sometimes to get it. So if you can't get it, we want to get a flat head screwdriver. Now, I do not like damaging anything. I hate it. So we're going to be careful when lifting these up. When we're prying them, we just want to be as gentle as possible, because this is really soft plastic in here. Okay, once it's bent for good, okay? So you just want to be as gentle as possible. I just want to get this part down. See, there's a lot of dust stuck in there. Okay, now it's starting to come out. So keep trying, and keep trying to pull down. I won't be able to get this on video in my next part because I'm going to need to do it against my body. But what you want to do is, if you can't do it, you just want to keep trying to pull like this. I think I got it anyways. It's almost out. And there you go. So you don't want to damage it at all. And this is the cylinder part. We can take this part out here. So underneath it is a part there, and look how much dirt it spills up. It's very dusty and it's very dirty too. I do take this seal off. I don't want to wet this seal. When you wet seals, it becomes very hard to open. But I'll show you if you really want to, and they're very dirty. I recommend washing it. But if you really want to wash them, after this, I'll show you how to re-powder it, what I use. So put this to the side, put that where you want to clean it. So what we're going to do is we're going to put this in a bucket of hot water. I fill up a bucket of hot water and a little bit of soap in it too, of detergent. And hot water, detergent, and soap, and we're just going to scrub it. And that's what we're going to do in this. Okay? So that's how you get rid of most of the dirt and everything. You can use an air compressor too, but if you really want to do a deep clean, like we're doing a deep clean in this video, I use the hot water bucket with some detergent. So next step, we're going to need the T8 screwdriver, and we're going to remove 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 screws there, and there's going to be another 4 in here as well. So let's get removing these screws now. Great, so this will come out now. in this part, so we're going to get all those screws. You're going to make sure all the screws are gone, and we just want to put that in a little bucket. And these are the screws we're going to be looking at. They're long T8s. Hard to see sometimes. Okay, there'll be 5 of them. 1, 2, 3. 5 of those. Put them where you won't forget them. And then you want to take this off. Very easy. Just scramble it off like so. Easy. Wash this too. Okay, last step. We want to remove these 4 screws in here. Sorry, there's 2 more after this. So first we want to remove these 2 here, up here. These 2 screws. So you won't get these mixed up. These screws are much smaller. So there's going to be 2 of these ones. This very smaller. Still a T8. And they're smaller to any other screw we have, so you can't get that mixed up. Okay. Now, the next 4 screws. In here, 1 there. So we're looking up here. We're going to have 1 there. That's right there. 1 in there. 1 in there. And finally, 1 in here. Okay, now they will be covered by dirt if you haven't cleaned it. If it's a brand new one, it won't be. Okay. So that should be done now. Tip it out. 4 screws come out. No, you haven't undo it, but that tells me it's done. So there's your 4 screws. It's the same as the other 5 you took out. Very dirty, very dusty. We'll wash those too. So yours will come apart. We want to wash the top here, so throw that in your bin. Next is this part here. What we want to do is we want to take this seal off, because that is a seal, and it's like that. So make sure it's like that. Next part is this. This one's got a little seal in it too. We just rip that off and put these 2 in your wash pile. Next, very easy. We want to take this out. 2 more. We're going to gently take this off. And there's 1 in here. And we want to take off. Very, very dirty. Let's put all these in the wash. And we'll start on the next one, which is going to be a direct drive head. Great. We want to start on the direct drive head now. Second final part from the wand. So what I'm going to start off with first. So in this one, we're going to need a Phillps head, and we're going to need a T8 screwdriver. Now, I'm going to start to the side here, and I'm going to look at the wheels. Now, the reason why I want to look at the wheels, we want to take them out with our Phillps head, is that sometimes there's a loose screw in there. It becomes loose that holds in this V-wheel here, which is right there. That's a T8, we want to tighten it, and also we want to get out all this crap here. So we just want to gently take out the screws. Okay. And then we want to take them out, just like so. And we can see any of these need tightening. Oh, that's fine. And that's fine. And I use a T.V.D screwdriver to tighten this. Okay, cool. Leave it like that. We want to now take this out. Now, I do see a lot of people take it out with screwdrivers. Don't take it out with a screwdriver. You'll break it. You can either, if it's too hard, you're going to use a coin. A 20-cent coin. In Australia, we have it. Just use a coin, whatever you have, take it out. Or if you're just every day, just use your hand. You just twist it out, okay? So, some brush bars we can fully wash, but can we wash this one? No. This one has a cap on it, so I recommend not washing it because this bearing here will get corroded if left too long. So we're just going to wipe, blow without wipe, take all the hair off this. So that's what you want to do. Just wipe it, wipe, and you just want to wipe in there and in here. You can wash this, so wash that one. So next we want to start with, turn this around. Now, there's the first thing we want to start. We've got the Phillps head. We want to remove this back bar. So we want to be gentle here. Very gentle. And you see these little 1, 2, 3, and 4. We're going to put our screwdriver in there, like so, and up, 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 and up. And this will come out the Reassmble, and you have a lot of shit stuck in there. And we just want to, if we can, push it out like so, and make sure you're doing it over a bin. And you want to put this in the wash and this in the wash too. Make sure you put that in the bin first. That's it. Great. Now, there's this problem with Dysons that I tell everyone, you should be doing this every time you wash your filters. You should be doing this. So in here, do you see all this dirt? It gets stuck in here, and this is what does not help your Dyson at all. And that's a little bit. Over time, it builds up in there, and it just won't make this rotate over time, and it gets stuck all in there. So make sure you clean that out every 3 months. Our T.V.D screwdriver, we want to remove 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. We want to move all those screws, and then we can take apart the plastic. Cool. Once those screws are out, so we got these are T8s, this size, pretty small, and we got the small one. This is a small one, and that one goes in there. All right, make sure to put them in a nice secure place like I do, and make sure you don't get them mixed up. Cool. So now all screws are out that we need. Tip it to the side and open it like so. We want to take this off. You can wash that, wash it. Next, wire in here, unclip it. Sorry, let me zoom in for you guys. So we want to unclip that, just tighten, and we want to do it on these wires, just like so. And then open this. And this top part will come off. Now, if this seal falls off, in my experience, it doesn't really matter. So we want to put this in the hot bucket, and we want to scrub it like everything else. Now you see all this dirt has come in. And now we want to take out the motor. So what we want to do, I'm gonna put my hand like so, and our goal is to take this part out first. So we're gonna just twist it out like this, and that's out. And now to remove this part, we want to get it like this, and just want to find that sweet spot that's going to help us take it out. So we're going to use a little bit of force, but you just need to find that nice. So leave it like this. We don't want to get that mixed up. Now we put that to the side for a sec. We got this part here. Now we want to wash it, but what I want to do first is I want to take out these wheels. And to take out these wheels, what I do is that I put a screwdriver from this side, and I use pliers as well. So what we're going to do, from this side that has the out opening like this, which will be right there on this side, what we want to do is we want to push in there with our screwdriver down the table, and then push down till we can basically hear it like that. You heard that noise, and that's like this now. Great, so that's been popped out, and I just get my flat head and I gently lift it. See, I gently lift that. That's gently lift, so we don't want to damage this. I grab my pliers, and like so, I pull, just like so. Look at that, gentle. There, and there. Let's come out the wheel. We don't want to damage those, so put that back in and put that in your wheel parts. And we just want to do the same thing on this side too. Okay. Twist and out. Now we look like something like this. We're going to put that in our wash bucket, and we want to quickly look at this, which is the motor. I don't want to take this apart. I do have another video. I'll link it right up there to show you how to take this apart, but I don't want to take this apart today. It's really difficult for those. It's just a real bit of a headache, you know, putting it together. So we don't really need it for this one. Although, if you really want to deep clean, the video is up top or in the description below. So what I do with this, I just grab a toothbrush, have a little sanitizer in it, scrub there, scrub in here. I don't scrub these because the point connectors, if you have something little that can get behind them, you can. Get in these here, clean around here, and clean in here. And you just want to clean in there with your toothbrush, you scrub. And lastly, I just wipe down the motor nice and neatly, and I just wipe around it, and also wipe in here as well. And that's all I basically do. More cleaner though. But that's it for the head, that's it for the main body. Now we want to get started on the wand. Okay, so let's get to the wand. Cool. So we got the wand, and we see all this. Looks like scratches. Some of them are scratches I can see, like these little parts here. Some of them are also paint and marks from the couch when people go under. So you can either scrub very hardly, and it'll take ages. Or I get some of this Jif, which is, it cleans everything thoroughly, and I put it like this, and I put it on my toothbrush, and I just scrub, all that off the best you can. It'll take a while if you really want to get it all, but I'll quickly speed up this video and I'll show you how good it is. Okay, that's legit the best you can possibly do. These are scratches, you can't get rid of them, but I got rid of the paint marks and I got rid of the couch marks. They'll be back under the chair marks, whatever. We want to clean these points in here. Don't want to clean those, we want to clean here, just like the head. In here and on this side too. You don't want to avoid cleaning there, but you can clean under it. Clean in these holes and clean around in here too. So that's basically everything I've told you. That we've totally taken apart the V8 now. Now we just need to wash it. Great, I just want to quickly show you how I clean the filter. So we're going to run it under cold water. Take this out, and we're just going to go around like this, and we want to run around until the water, so we want to stop until this water runs clear. You see it's dirty, it's running a bit dirty, coming out a bit dirty. We want it to run clear, so I'm just going to keep doing this. This is how I do it. Do it for a minute or two, doesn't really matter. I just want to use a kind of like this kind of technique, this is a squeeze technique, and I'm squeezing it out, and I'll also do a kind of a push out technique as well. And this is just to get all the dirt out, and we want it to run clear. Okay, so keep doing this until it runs clear. And that's clean best it can, and this is okay, and we just want to leave it to dry outside in the sun 24 hours until fully dry. So now we got the HEPA filter, the one at the back that we want to clean. Now it gets very, very dirty, as you can clearly see. Sometimes the dirt in here stains and you can't remove it all, but we'll try it all. I just run it under cold water and give it a shake, and also sometimes use a brush. I don't use any soap. I tend not to use soap for these ones because the soap does get stuck in here, and these ones do tend to take a bit longer to dry. Okay, so we want it to be facing something like this direct it into the sun. So I just run it as so, and then it just gives it a bit of a shake. And with a brush, I just want to go in, you know, a brush all around it. This whole thing, you clean. It's okay to clean this whole entire thing entirely. And try your best to get everything. You see it's still kind of like a stain. Usually, when you see stuff like that, it indicates two things: that it's never been cleaned in the years, which is most likely the case, or someone has washed it and used it and just didn't let it dry. So we're just going to keep doing that for a bit until we can just try and clean it out the best we can, and we'll go from there. And this is the best it's going to come up. And that's the best it's always going to come out yours with this. This is why you're meant to maintain it, meant to clean it around every 3 to 4 months. I recommend if you use it daily, maybe for quick cleans, or you use it 2 to 3 weeks for its full duration, you should 2 to 3 times a week. You should wash this every 3 months, so we avoid this. But it's still going to work great. Now we let it dry for around 24 hours if it's a sunny day. If it's winter, like it is here in Australia, then it's going to take a few days to dry. But you always want to make sure to feel in here if it's dry. So once you think it's dry, you want to feel in there before you put it back in near the motor. If you think it's dry and you put it in and it's making a high-pitched sound, it means it's not dry and you need to quickly put it back outside still. So you cannot put it back in if it's wet or damage your motor. So I'm going to wash it in the sink. I'm going to put a nice towel here for all the wet stuff to go for now. And you should do the same. And then we're going to let it dry outside. But now let's get washing and I'll show you how I wash it. Okay, so just clean the best you can, self-explanatory in here, and just put it to the side. Okay, with the seals, just give them a little brush down, put them there, let them sit there. And we just want to scrub all that. The water did a good job for that one. And I'm going to continue making videos for all vacuums, detailed videos. I don't see much people do what I do at all, nor do I see anyone that cleans it like I do and that shows repairs and everything. But I'm going to show how to clean all the vacuums that I know. Well, I know how to clean them all. Barrels, uprights, anything to V8, the V7 to V15. Just enjoy what everyone has, how to maintain it, how to clean it, etc. And make sure for this part, you just want to scrub all in here. You just want to get all in there. And then here too, don't forget in here. Now we're going to let these parts fully dry, and we're going to let them dry outside. We want to dry in the sun. Dry the fastest. These will take, in my experience, a few hours to dry. If it's hot day, it'll take a few hours to dry. But yeah, to tell they're dry, just if they've been out for a while, just give them a shake. Like shake them when you're outside and put your hand out and feel them. If any water comes out, it still needs to dry. Okay. All right. Let's one more part. And after I'll show you how to reassemble it. Pretty simple, but this is how, and this is done, you clean the Dyson V8. Now that's how you completely clean it. It's been completely cleaned. Inside and out. And if we see there that we've fully cleaned it, now we're gonna go outside and we're gonna let it dry outside in the sun in the backyard. Once fully dried, I'll show you how to put it back together from there. Also guys, with some detergent and hot water, I just let it soak with the screws, and then I just gave it a little shake. So do that with the screws so you're not having dirt in those as well. Come on, pretty good. So they're done. Okay, one stage here to clean the seals. This is from the Cyclone, this is from the bin at the bottom, and this is from the Cyclone as well. With the seals, if they're dirty and have mud and gunk on like this, we want to wipe it and sanitize it. If it just has little dust, you just want to wipe it with a dry cloth. But we're going to wipe it with the sanitized wipe. And just like so, we just want to trace around, wiping it around like this. Okay, and we're going to keep doing this and just wiping it around till we get all the dirt off. Same with this one here. Right. So once seals have been cleaned thoroughly, just wipe it down with a dry cloth. Any kind of dry cloth. I use a microfiber dryer cloth. And now you think it'll be all good, but once you put everything together, you will find it difficult to open the bin as the seals become a bit too rough. Over time will help by vacuuming, but I use a bit of baby powder, and I put a baby powder here and I run it right across the seals. Make sure you get it in here too. It's everywhere really. And then same with this one. Now, all that's been done. So the baby powder just helps it not to stick. Just helps it not to stick to the and make it not too hard to slide. So if you have a issue with your bin and it's even on the V10s, V11s, V15s, if it's not sliding up, it means it's stuck and you need to put some powder and readjust on it, okay? So make sure that works. If that doesn't work, you can even use lubricant WD-40 around the seals and that will do the trick. Time to reassemble it. Okay, all parts have dried. So we're gonna start with putting the Cyclone back together. We're gonna grab this part here, and like I said before, if you still think it's wet, just shake it and you're feeling the water come out, you still gotta let it dry a bit. We're gonna put the middle seal on. Very simple. You might see a little glares of dirt still on yours. That's completely okay. Just gently put it all on. Like so, and then we'll put our top piece on, like that. Next, we want to grab this other piece and this piece. Now, we want to put it down. We want to line it up here. If you can see, we want to line it up in there. Perfect, that is in. Next, we want to put this one like so, and we want to symmetrically fit it back in here. Okay, we just want to squeeze it in like that, easy. And then we're going to connect these two together. Okay, done. Next, we want to grab our two little small screws. So, if you have your little place that you know where you put your screws, and remember, the two little small ones, and they're T8, so get your T8 screwdriver, and if yours is magnetic, we want to screw it in here. Okay, another one. Great, they're in. Next, so make sure you're using your long T8s. So your long ones. You can see. Let me zoom in just in case. And they're your long ones. Now we want to use the 4 and we're going to put them in here. So if your screwdriver is magnetic, like it should, we want to put it in that hole there. 1, 2, 3, and 4. That's your first one in. And even if it's not magnetic, we want to slide it across. If you can, sometimes it could be a bit tricky. And we just want to push it in from there. Make sure you're using a T8 screwdriver, Torx, that is. Make sure that's all tight. Make sure it's all good across. Looking good. Spectacular. Next, we want to grab this long piece here. Make sure it's shaped, feel it's not wet. And we just want to insert it like so. And then we want to push down, okay? We want to push, make sure it's in all across. Okay, that's fits, that's in. Great. Next, we want to use this one to finish off the last remaining of these screws. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 screws. So screw in all those 5 screws, and remember, they're the the Torx screw, long ones. Okay, your 5 remaining long ones. And make sure you don't get the Phillps heads, okay? Cool. Great. Once you screwed those in, make sure they're all tightened. We're going to go to this part here. And if you took this out, we just want to just put it back in like that. And make sure it's all just aligned, okay? Then we want to line it up. And this side here, we want to go like this. And make sure that's going to go perfectly. We're going to hold it like this and we're going to try and push it like that, like so. And we just want to push it all around and get those all in, and that's in. Great. Next, put a powdered seal on this one here, and we want to put it this way, as you can see, and just across and over. And that's on. Perfect. Now the other seal. Now we've got a little, as you can see, got these little cross out edges in them. So we want to be like this way, and we want it to be like this. Do you see how seals are outwards like that? So make sure it's like that, and make sure you have it in a nice neat position where it's kind of symmetrical. And we're just going to go down. It's kind of the shape of it, and then we're going to shape it like it's meant to be shaped, just gently across. And there you go. That is on, and that's basically done. Next, we want to put on our back bar, and we just want to line it up as so. I've already had my screws in it, and we just want to push in. Great. And grab your T10 screwdriver, and we just want to screw in the rest. Be gentle and screw in until your screwdriver can't go anymore, until it's tightened, until it stops you. You don't want to over tighten these because it's fragile, the plastic, and you'll break it. And that's good. Great, put that to the side. Now we just want to screw in the battery. So if you have this screw here, the Phillps head, this one will go on the top. It's got the little dangly thing. But you just want to insert this one in the top. Next, you just want to put the Cyclone in, line this up, lift it up, there you go. Now, I'm going to start with the bin, okay? So we got the, you should put your filter back too. Got the bin seal bit part first, so all powdered up this one, and where these two are, the two thick ones, we want to line it up in there, and the bottom one's in there. So I start with the top, and kind of just squeeze that in, like so, and start on the sides like so, and then we want to gently just push this gently though, as gentle as you can, because we don't want to break it, because it will break because it's fragile. Just want to see that's in. Yep. Just push it along if it's any gaps. Yep, that looks good to me. And next, we're going to grab our bin and facing this way and this way. You want to align it like so. Put the left one in and then just try and insert and up, and then you hear that click and you know it works. So that's the bin. Now we want to line the top up with those points right in there. So we're going to get all these sides connected, and plus I recommend putting your fingers here on this side so you're feeling this side coming up. So for example, I'm trying to straighten this up and I'm also trying to feel that side, and if that side's out, I'm just going to push more and like so. Make sure that's closed, and that is your main body clean. Now it's just to reassemble the head. So let's begin with the head. what we want to do is we want to grab this part and we want to put this in like so, but make sure it's like this. Okay, that's how we want it to be. Now, like the way we took it out, we want to put it in. Our goal is to put this part into the crevice there. By putting this part into that little crevice there too. Like that. Okay. And then we want to the black wire down and then the white wire on top. Okay, great. Next, we're going to put this in here. Like so, there you go. So we've done the hard parts now. Now it's just the easy pulling it back together. We're gonna put the glass plastic on together. So as you can see, that's pretty clean. It's got some paint marks we'll remove after. So lift up the wire and we want to line up the bottoms if you can. Okay, make sure that doesn't get stuck there. We don't want to get stuck. And then we just want to line it up perfectly and put these two in its bed. To make sure it's squeezed in. And then we line the trace. There you go. If you didn't move it like I did, then you won't have a lot of trouble with this at all. Next, we want to put on a little slider bar. I just want to gently just try and get these in here. Feel from both angles, and then once we got kind of a display like that, we want to push them in the sides. And push it in this side, and there you go. That's in. Next, screw time. Now for these screws, if you remember, T8s, Torx. One, two, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and the small one, 8 in there. While we're screwing in, we want to hold this back plate just in case it doesn't fall out. And we want to screw in all the remaining screws that we have. And just your small one now. Now with the back bar, we want just to line it up. just like so. You just want to just get it nicely lined up in here. Push, push, push. And then what you want to do is make sure that's aligned. And we want to put it in, but we want to go like in this way first. So like this, and then push so that red, you see that red part, we want that in, we want that tucked in. So we want to go like this, and then push from the side, middle, and that's in. Now we're going to do the wheels. They can be a little tricky, but it should be okay. We want to get it like this, and we want to put it in as so, just so it goes slightly in like that. And what you want to do, we're going to get a screwdriver, and we want to just push the metal down. That metal wheel part, we want to push it down, not the plastic, the metal, until you hear that crack. And you hear that, it's done. We'll do it the same on the other side to show you again. Wheel part. Make sure the wheel goes in. Try to get the middle in. Then we're going to put this in like so on the metal part. Sometimes it's going to be difficult. There we go. That is in perfectly. Next, the wheels. Line up with your wheel, your V wheel first. And then the V wheel protector. Or the balancer. And then the screw. Now these screws are thick, so you can't get these mixed up ever. And remember, it is a Phillps head we use to screw these in. It could be a bit difficult sometimes, but make sure to get it straight. Okay, we want to get it straight in. So that means I didn't put it in correctly, or it's not screwed in all correctly. It's not meant to spin like that. It's meant to spin much faster. So it means it wasn't put in correctly, and it'll get like that. So unscrew it, and then you want to reposition it properly. So the screw, it's not repositioned in properly. Okay, we'll try again. Make sure that's in, and make sure that's in. Hold it like that. Now the screw goes in. Hand tighten the screw as much as you can, straight. Okay, and now screw it in. There we go. One more on the other side. Hold down. Yep, feel it click into place. Hold it there, put that in. Now put the screw in. Hand tighten, straight as possible. Now, while holding it, screw in the rest. Beautiful. That is done. Now, insert your brush bar. Top. And if you have paint marks, like I said, we're going to use a little Jif. So put Jif on it, on the toothbrush, and you can scrub it out, okay? Perfect. Now, it's always going to be like foggy, always, until you give it a nice wipe inside. That's all it needs, really. We try to get these off, but we can't get that off. Their scratches. But you have now completed your servicing, and that's how you service a Dyson V8. If you have any questions, please let me know. Make sure you put your filters in. But that's everything from the head, direct drive head, to the Cyclone, to the bin, to the wand. It's all been done. Thank you for sticking this long to this video. Like, share, subscribe, comment. If you have any issues, please let me know. I'll always help you out in the comments. If you need a service, you're in Australia, you need parts, link to my website will be in the description. And thanks for watching. Happy vacuuming.